If you missed part one, where we tore apart this 2026 KTM 125 and this piston was exploded, then we're gonna put up the link so you can watch the first video. We got all of our parts back. We have the cases prepped, ready to go for install. We have our crank is rebuilt, got a new rod put in there, all new bearings, and the whole bottom end getting re-sealed. The cylinder is back from Millenium, and we're gonna get ready to throw the power valve and everything there so we can get Logan back out on the trail after he grenaded this thing. So as Aaron puts this back together, we'll check on him in a minute and see the progress if we get him out of here.
At this point, yeah, we put it all together. Transmission's in there, we're confirmed we're shifting. All we gotta do is get basically our shift mechanism, clutch, and primary gear in, and then we can start working on the top end.
Once we get the engine in, we can install it back into this frame, make sure everything is good, and that he doesn't have any other issues with the bike. Because this was such a catastrophic failure, we're gonna make sure that the injectors are good, that it's got good fuel pressure. I mean, we already tested the fuel pressure beforehand, but the biggest factor that we've seen was that he installed this himself for his top end, and then it failed. So the biggest thing we have to check is his squish and make sure that he wasn't over pressurizing the cylinder, because this first cylinder actually did blow out the water jacket, so something is going on there. But
yeah, I didn't get to show you, but there was a different color seal on this side. I'm not sure if they updated it or what, but it seemed a lot more durable than.
Was that the green seal?
Yeah, the green one.
So if you remember the crank seal actually looked like it was leaking, and that could have been our problem, is it was basically just sucking in a bunch of dry air and leaning out the mixture. And if that's the only issue that we have with it, it is a catastrophic one, but at least we figured it out. There's no other issues that we're looking for. But that could be a thing that KTM maybe had to update on their end, putting that weird goofy green seal on it now. Hopefully, because it's a lot of money. So at this point, it took a couple days to get the piston in. I ordered everything and forgot to order the damn piston. Yeah. So in that time, we were able to get the whole engine back together. When you have something that is such a big catastrophic failure like this, you don't want to throw the engine back together with any fragments that could be in the bottom end and then essentially take out your crank or your main bearings, ruin the case, and then end up costing you a lot more money. So what we did was We split it all the way down, put new main bearings in it, the new bearing and connecting rod to make sure that there's no fragments in that crank, and then got the cylinder repaired through Millenium. Once it damages that Nicosil, it's very hard, but also pretty thin. You can't bore it like back in the old days. Once we got that back from them, everything fresh. Basically, this whole engine, the only thing that's gonna have time on it is gonna be the transmission and clutch. We even had to get a new dome for the cylinder head, all the bearings, seals, gaskets, everything replaced.
Yeah, everything's brand new, OEM spec.
At this point, you know, we checked the reeds, checked everything over. We're confident it's ready to get thrown back in the frame, and we can start buttoning everything back up together, clean the air filter, make sure this bike is ready to race, and we'll get a handle on that right now. So there it is. All done and ready to go. Gonna give him a call in a minute, get a couple more heat cycles on this bike for him, and just make sure everything's good before we deliver it back to him. So this one's been kind of fun and very catastrophic. I know I keep saying it, but I like them when they go bang.